Welcome back. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Farpoint and Fairview range from Osprey, arguably one of the most popular travel packs to date. So before we jump into these packs and look at the different features for the different literages, we're going to talk about two things to start with. The first is the two different names that they're using for these packs, Farpoint and Fairview, and the other is the back system, as this is consistent through all the packs. So firstly, let's start off with the names. We've got Farpoint and Fairview, and this is really simple. Fairview is for their women's packs, and Farpoint is for the men's version of these packs. Now there is only one difference between these two, and that is the back system itself. The Fairview has a back system designed more for a female's body shape, whereas the Farpoint has a back system designed more for a male's back shape, just to help with a comfier carry. Women's tends to be a little bit narrower across the shoulders, the back length tends to be a little bit shorter as well. That being said, let's move on to the back system itself, and as you pick up the bag you'll notice you can't actually see the back system, and this is all part of Osprey's travel range within the Farpoint and Fairview, and that is to make this as easy as possible to use when travelling. And the last thing you want when you're travelling is lots of straps hanging off of your rucksack that either could get caught in the conveyor belt if you're putting this underneath the plane, or if you're trying to stow it in the overhead lockers when you get on the plane, you don't want loads of clips hanging about, you don't want anything getting slammed in the doors to break. So all of the back system straps are hidden behind this zip sleeve. So if we go and unzip that, you'll see this opens up and we've got a really nice back system, a back system that you would normally expect on a proper hiking rucksack, something that's very comfortable, very padded, and is going to be really good for long periods of use, which if you're traveling, it's going to get that kind of use. So you'll see we've got our normal shoulder straps, which contains a chest strap as well to keep it on here and here, and we've even got a really nice hip belt which has got a lot of good padding to it. It's got a small pocket sleeve here that you could keep ID, cash, that kind of thing in, and we've also got a ventilated back system, so this sits just slightly off your back just to help with a little bit of airflow and just to make you slightly more comfortable when you're traveling or walking with the pack on. This sleeve at the bottom here conveniently rolls up and is simply stowed and stuffed into the bottom here, so it's nice and easy to get out and roll away, so it's not flapping around and annoying you. Opening up the back system here, but it's also super easy to get out again when you get to your destination. So a really nice design from Osprey, and the back system is fully adjustable as well. So you can adjust it if you're a little bit taller, you can make it a bit bigger. If you're a bit smaller, you can make it a bit smaller. So each bag has a range of size to it as well. When it comes to men's and women's, each of those has a one size fits all rule. So there's not a small medium or a medium large in these bags like you see from some of the other Osprey bags available. Now we've spoken about those two factors, let's talk about the different bags in a bit more detail. So literage wise, they come in 3 different litres in both men's and women's. We've got the 40 litre, the 55 litre and the 70 litre. And obviously the size of the bag depends on how far you're going and how much gear you're having to carry when you go travelling. The 40 litre is where we're going to start, and this is a really nice option for anyone that's looking for a short break, short trips kind of bag. This is as good for driving to a hotel as it is for flying. It's a really convenient bag to use and it's nice and easy to throw on. Starting with the outside of the bag, we've got a really nice tough fabric which is going to take a lot of abuse, a lot of scuffs, scrapes and that kind of thing. If we unclip these compression straps, which helps compress the luggage down even smaller, which is going to be ideal for getting them into some of those carry-on holdalls, we've got a nice big stuff pocket on the front. Great location for things that you may be a fleece or a jacket that when you get on the plane you don't really want it, so you stuff it in the front pocket. It's easy to get to when you go to get off the plane. Coming up to the top, we see a really nice cushioned grab handle, and we've got one of those on the side as well, making it really convenient to carry and very comfortable to carry for a long period of time. Located directly behind that is a zip compartment which is designed for a 16-inch laptop, so you can fit a 16-inch laptop into here and it's completely padded and protected in there, so there's no risk of any damage, scuffs, scrapes to the laptop. So in terms of travelling for business, a really nice pack, one that wouldn't look out of place if you did have to take it with you into the office or wherever you're going. Then at the top of the bag we see a separate zip compartment which is completely separate to the main body of the bag, which is perfect for toiletries but also any important documentation, things you want to keep separate to the inside of the bag. It's also got a key clip in there so you can attach your keys and make sure they don't go anywhere during your time. We will now go inside the bag, but we are going to come back to the outside in just a second. So if we unzip the bag, this opens just like a suitcase does. So you undo it all the way around, and then it opens up really nicely. So I'm just going to take out the packing plastic we use to make the bags look nice for displays. And inside the bag, we're met with a mesh compartment, which is ideal for any dirty laundry that you might create while you're traveling, so you can keep it all separate from your nice clean laundry. Then the rest of the bag is relatively simple. It's got a really nice, sleek design. It's designed to be kept very minimal. So we've got a nice big open space, which can fit a lot of luggage. We've got our laptop sleeve just underneath with the option to slide things down the back of that if we wish. And then inside, we've got some compression straps there as well, just to help compress all that luggage down, make it a little bit smaller, and then hopefully you'll be able to get a bit more in here when you're traveling. The other thing to note, and we'll come back to this as we speak about the other bags as well, is we've got lockable zips, so you can feed a padlock through there to lock your bag, especially if you're putting it underneath the plane. It's nice to have that extra level of security. And this bag is also compatible with the Fairview and Farpoint day pack. Now, the other two models have it included. The Farpoint and Fairview 40 do not, because it's designed to be a slightly lighter weight traveling bag. However, it is still fully compatible with that bag if you wanted to buy it separately. What you can do, and we'll demonstrate it on one of the other bags a little bit later, is you can either have it attached to the back. You can kind of see that on the two that are here. So this bit here is the pack on the front. But if you flip it over, and built into the top part of the bag, we'll show you some close-ups, is another set of clips which allows you to wear the rucksack on your front as well, which is much better for security. And if you've got important documentation you need to keep on your person, you can have it all in there. It's nice and easy to get to when you get to the different stages of security or check-in, and just adds another level of usability to the pack. So that was the 40 litre. It cannot be used as carry-on luggage, standard carry-on luggage on a lot of your sort of UK budget airlines. However, if you're traveling far afield, so to America or to Australia, areas that have slightly more generous cabin space, then I believe the 40 litre is still compatible with those flights. Worth checking though, because everyone is slightly different. Let's move on now to the Fairview 55, so it would be the Farpoint 55 if you were getting the men's version. We've obviously got that back system that we've already discussed, and the big change here is obviously to the pack that you get included on the front. So we unclip the two clips just there. We can unthread that, making it really secure to the bag, and then remove that pack entirely. We'll come back to the bag in just a second, and we'll just discuss the little one that you get included. So this is the Farpoint Fairview day pack. It's a smaller pack, but a really nice option. This could be a good option for anyone that's going traveling, where you might need a smaller pack during the day, but you need a bigger pack for moving your luggage around from destination to destination. In the front of the bag, we'll see the clips. So one and the second one in here, which we just said would clip into the front of the bag. We'll show you a close-up and a demonstration in a second, holding it to the front of you so you've got easy, clean access to the bag. We've got two stretchy bottle pockets on the front of the pack, making it really nice for walking around cities if you're out exploring. We've got a small zip compartment in the top of the bag designed for anything that needs to be kept safe and you want separate from the rest of the bag. And then we've got our main compartment. The zips on these are also lockable, so if you're maybe walking around a city where you're a little bit unsure, you can lock them, or if you leave the bag attached to the main bag, if you're stowing it under the plane, then you can do that as well. However, this is really convenient for when you get on the plane. You can stow your main bag and bring just this little one on the plane with you, and then you can retrieve it and attach it and make it one back at the start. If we open this up, we'll notice that the bag is firstly compatible with Osprey hydration systems, so we can feed our hydration tube out and link it to the bottom here, which means you could technically be using this bag for some light hiking. It's not got a waist strap, so you wouldn't want to put too much weight in here, but for general use around the city, if you wanted to run a hydration pack instead of a water bottle, then you can do that. The connection point is in here, and then there's a small hole for the hose to go through. Inside the pack, we'll get rid of this stuffing again. We are met with a really nice big open space, easily big enough to keep a load of essentials, waterproof insulated jacket, fleece, lunch, those kind of things. We've got a small zip organisation pocket located at the back of the bag for paperwork, files, that kind of thing. And then located directly behind that, we have a laptop sleeve which is padded to keep your laptop nice and safe. So like I said at the start, could be a really good option for business trips where you want to keep everything as compact as possible, leave your main bag at your hotel, your residence, and then just take your smaller one to the office while you're traveling. A really nice thing from Osprey, it's nice it's included in the 55, and it just gives the bag a bit more versatility for proper travelling. We'll just grab the main pack back up here. What you're left with realistically, once you've stripped that off, is the 40 litre, but in a slightly bigger size. So most of the features are exactly the same, but we will run through them really quickly for you. Locking zips so that you can stow it away nice and safe. You've got your nice big opening, just like we've seen on the other one. Get rid of the stuffing again. A zip pocket for your laundry, dirties, that kind of thing, things you want to keep separate from your main luggage. 2 compression straps to help compress your luggage down, make it as small as possible, make it as convenient as possible. We are seeing the addition of another zip pocket on the inside of the pack, so a good place to keep your important documents, or not documents necessarily, but you know, passport, ID, wallet, phone, those kind of things, if you want to stow them somewhere nice and safe inside the pack. And that is completely separate to the rest of it, but I'm sure there's a load of other reasons you could use that. What you do lose on the 55 is the top zip pocket. So that is not included in the 55 version, and I imagine that's because it's being replaced by this internal pocket, and obviously you'd have the other smaller rucksack as well, which has an external pocket on it. If you'd like the idea of having a top pocket on this bag and the other one, then you'll probably want to go 40 litre and buy the extra day pack as well. So that's kind of the 55 just there. Everything else is exactly the same as we just saw on the 40. And then finally we move on to the 70, which is going to be super simple to go over because it is very, very similar to the other two we've just looked at, but obviously we're going up to the big size now. 70 litres is probably looking at someone who's doing a long-term travel. So if you're going interrailing, or you're going to multiple different destinations over a long period of time and you need to carry a good amount of luggage, then this would be a really good option for you. So we're still seeing that day pack included, which clips to the front of the bag, nice and securely attached there. And there are other attachment points that you can attach the bag to, just to add a little bit of additional security if you wish. On this one, we've got the chest strap wrapped around the bottom loop for you. So exactly the same day pack as we've just seen on the other one. So locking zips, internal laptop sleeve, external small pocket. We're left with our nice big pack now. Like I said, definitely orientated towards longer trips, trips where you're going to be having to carry a lot more. If we just unzip this, it is relatively similar to what we've seen with the other ones. It runs under the same premise as the 55, so we're losing that top pocket. We have got that on the external pack, the day pack, but we are gaining that internal pocket though. So get rid of my stuffing again. So inside the bag, obviously a much bigger space because we've got a bigger literage. We've got our sort of knit web pocket on the lid, which is perfect for your dirty laundry. And then we've got a longer, because the bag's obviously longer for the literage, zip pocket along the side that again is perfect for any essentials or anything you just want to keep nice and safe in the bag and don't want mixing with all your clothes, layers, that kind of thing. Things you don't want to pull out and lose if you're pulling stuff out in a rush. Other than that, it's exactly the same as what we've just seen. We've got nice compression straps inside to help push all that luggage down nice and tight, and a really good overall space. So in terms of which bag is right for you, obviously depends on what you intend to use it for, and that's really the deciding factor when it comes to choosing any of these travel packs. To help you along the way, the 40 litre is going to be perfect for people who like to travel light, but also for people who are going away maybe for a weekend. Shorter breaks, you could potentially get a week out of it. It's 40 litres, so it's a decent size, but not much more than that. If you're starting to branch out into slightly longer travelling, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even a month, then you could be looking at the 55 litre. And if you're looking to do long-term travelling, we're talking sort of months at a time, then you'd want to be looking at the 70 litre. In terms of carrying these onto planes, obviously the 70 and the 55 will not go into your carry-on luggage, even on external flights flying to places like the United States and Australia. But you could take your smaller day pack onto the plane, pop this under the plane, and then reattach it when you get to the other end, whether that's on the front of the pack or on the back, depending on your preference. So if you've got any questions about these packs, you'd like any more information, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And like always, if you could like and subscribe, it would really help us out. We'll see you next time.